Mr. Sumanthiran, what
No, when
motivated
I
you to do
entered
so?
Parliament, you see, I was appointed a national list MP, just like Mr. Vikramatna in 2010. I read up the law and it said you can't sit or vote in Parliament unless you make the declaration, as a declaration. And the national list MPs were declared one day and the Parliament sat the next day, I think, because there was some delay in holding some election in Kandy district that year. So we had just one day. So I hurriedly prepared everything and waited, and just as my gazette declared, ran and did all that, because I thought I won't be able to sit in Parliament on the first day. Then to find that only 17 MPs in that Parliament had actually made declarations.
Submitted it to the office of the speaker.
Even submitted it. So then, I mean, it really shook me that this was the case, and everyone was. So from that day onwards, I sort of tried to get this moving. I got Iran's, he agreed with me, a few others agreed, but it took a few years before we went out and did it. In fact, what Harini says is right, that the Transparency International putting it on the website was much later. We tried to actually do it in Parliament, have a press conference and just release and I think some JVP colleagues agreed to be with us initially when we did that. But later when we went with Transparency and did it, they had a problem with an organization putting it on the website, and so they didn't join. Anyway, so that's another issue. The reason is also what Harini said, it's what they actually declare. You see, the fact that they declare is not the end of the issue. It must be before the people, for the people to be astonished by this declaration and say, what nonsense is this? We know they have this house here, that one here, this one here, and but why should the people do this? The Inland Revenue should have asked questions long ago. I mean, 20-odd-year-old MPs, right? Merely because they are sons of presidents and prime ministers, owning so much of property, they don't do any job of work. The Inland Revenue doesn't ask a single question.